If you've ever thought of starting your own content or you're just indulging in other people's content, I've got something for you today that is very, very in line with what you guys do. Everyone these days is always on their phone, you're indulging on TikTok, you like scrolling and all that good stuff. And if your FYPs are correct, you've ran into this lady that I'm talking to today. Hey, Nancy. Did you like my introduction?
I really did like it. I was like, are you talking about me?
Yes, you are our FYP pay queen today. So you always pop up on my FYP. So when I saw you, I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity. I'm going to do this today. So today we're talking to Nancy, guys. She's going to be walking us through the content creation process, the life of a content creator in general. I know you guys might be interested in that and maybe are shy. And we're going to let her explain to us ukuthi kuhamba njani. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sounded like a threat.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get into the boxing ring of content creation.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Nancy. But I think I've seen a Nancy Brittney. Which one should I go by today?
Nancy Brittney, Nay, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Hey, Nay.
Hi.
So welcome to the screenshot.
Oh my gosh, I literally am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's do it. First of all, I want us to talk about how it began for you.
Okay.
You know, I take a few videos here and there, you know, I post them on my TikTok, but I don't think I can call myself a TikTok creator or influencer.
Yeah.
How did the journey start for you?
Do you know when I started making content, there was no TikTok. I started making YouTube.
Oh, you started on YouTube.
I started with YouTube. I used to watch YouTube a lot. And I was like, I can actually do this. Like, I think my personality is fire. I want my personality to be out there. And that's basically how it all started. I started making videos on YouTube, basically just fashion, makeup videos. And then, you know, it just grew and developed over time. And then TikTok came. And yeah, here I am today, 2-3 years later.
Okay, so step one, personality.
Yeah.
I just need to have a personality. Something to say.
Just something to be like, okay, I want people to see this part of me. I want people to experience this. And, you know, I want to show this to the world. I want to share this part of me. And yeah, you know.
Okay, so how's content creation going so far?
Okay, now we're in a world where everybody is like, I'm a content creator. But like when you are a content creator, you need to have that content like you need to be creating something, not until you take a video in your Snapchat and you're like, okay, post it now, I'm a content creator. No, that's not how it works. You know, you need to have a specific niche. And yeah, so far I think I found my niche, I found my voice, and I'm just sticking and going with it.
So finding your niche, is it a matter of luck or you work towards it? Because that is something that is lacking in most of I'm talking about us, mortals, in the content creation world. Like, I'm trying so hard to find a niche, people to connect with, like a community, a certain community. Was it hard for you, or you just dove in right there and...
Okay, like I said, when I started, my whole niche was fashion and beauty because that's what my passion is, yeah. But then along the way, you know, you get carried away by trends and you want to do what so-and-so is doing, and then you lose yourself. That's where I kind of got, you know, a little sidelined. I started trying to do skits, trying to make funny videos. I'm not that funny. So basically that's how I just ended up with, you know, coming back to the whole beauty fashion thing. So it's not about finding your niche. It's about knowing who you are and just sticking to it. And then the audience finds you. You don't have to go out looking for anybody. People just come to you and when they relate to what you're about. So yeah.
So some of us, we just follow trends, that something that is happening, and you think, if I just hit this one viral video, people will follow me.
Exactly.
But then when it goes on further and further, you start seeing, no, people are not engaging.
Exactly.
So you just need to be yourself.
So you need to, there's a difference between content creation and making viral trends. So if you want one video to go viral, like I always ask videos and I'm like, okay, what is your end game? Do you want a viral video, or do you want a community of people to support you, which is what I want, which is what I'm on about right now. I just want a community of people to relate to me. But if you want viral content, then definitely follow the viral trends. But then, you know, it's not guaranteed whether you're going to make it or whether the video is going to blow up and stuff. But yeah.
Okay, so I want your opinion on a couple of things.
Okay.
since we all live in our phones every day,
Okay.
there's certain things that happen, like certain trends that people do. This one trend, I don't want to say, I'm not talking about trends or I'm talking about trends that when people beef with each other for views. What do you think about that? Like, are views that important? Does it help? All right. When you see like people creating dramas, me and you now have a beef, you know, I'm like, hey, Nancy,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
On TikTok lives, line and stuff. What do you think about that?
Okay, most people's is any publicity is good publicity. For me personally, I am not a fist type of girl. I don't like beefing. I'm scared of fights. I'm scared of negative. I'm scared of negative energy. You know, I've got a small heart. Guys, like you know, anything can just set me off and leave me a dark hole. So if any publicity is good publicity for you, then have at it. But for me personally, I'm just going to stick to maintaining my peace. You know, I'm not going to fight anyone for views. I'm not going to create fake drama for views, because at the end of the day, you know, it's promoting toxicity is not healthy at the end of the day. So yeah, basically.
Someone is watching and they're saying, "Yay, wait, now it works." You know, people.
I'm sure that everyone is entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day.
True.
Yeah. So
for young content creators or people trying to get into the content creation sector, there's this thing, Uguti, in Zim, it doesn't pay, it doesn't give you money, because we're part of the countries that are not monetized when it comes to views. You just don't get anything. Unless you're doing lives, you get gifts, but it's not really much money. And so how do content creators start making money out of TikTok, Instagram, etc.?
So I haven't made any money from TikTok, but from Instagram is another platform that I really utilize the most at, because so Instagram, you need to approach brands. You need to be humble. Just approach brands, because they're not going to find you. Like what we were talking about earlier, that you need to fight for what you want. You need to go after what you want. You can't just sit there and expect brands to come to you and be like, oh, hey, we saw you and we want this. It can happen, but at the end of the day, you just need to humble yourself, approach brands and say, hey, here I am. This is what I can do. And then if they like you, that's how you end up securing your bag. Just be humble and approach those brands, because
I think that's a good point to make, because most of us, we just assume that if I reach a certain number of followers, if I'm visible enough, they will just come pouring in left, right, and center. And sometimes your content is good, but maybe the numbers are not good.
The numbers are not exactly
good, but your engagement is also good. People are engaging in your content. So I like that. Approach them. Don't be shy.
You need to approach them. There's what we call a Z card these days. You have your Z card, you put your information on there, just send it to brands and be like, hey, this is what I can do. I'm good at what I can do, and this is what I'm offering. And, you know, if they want to work with you, then that's how you secure your bag.
How important is quality of content? Like, I know you also have to have some certain skill, you know, of making the content that you do, because you have to edit your stuff. So how important is that? Like learning the skill, not just relying on, let's say, putting your phone and pressing record.
Okay, I'm still an amateur when it comes to editing and it comes to all that stuff. But, you know, having good quality videos is obviously going to be important, because, you know, you want to see videos that are eye-catching, you know, with different views, different angles, different, you know, like, what is this called now? The text editing popping up on the screen. You need to keep you need to keep your audience engaged. So it's very, very important when it comes to, like, you need to have a basic knowledge of how to edit and how to make your videos more entertaining. Because at the end of the day, content creation is about entertaining somebody else.
So besides you being the content creator that you are also, you decided to also venture into business, the makeup business. And you did state earlier that your passion is fashion, makeup, etc. So tell us more about that, like coming into makeup. You know, I don't know many local makeup brands. I think I only know one. Shame on me. Now I know two. There's two. I only knew one. Dua by Rose. That's the one that I knew before. So now seeing another one is pretty cool. So how did it come about?
So growing up, I was always fascinated by makeup. I was always one of those kids that would dig into their mom's makeup bag. You know, if I told, find me there with your lipstick and yada yada. And, you know, having albinism, it's very hard to find shades that, you know, match with my skin tone. So it was always a challenge. You know, every time I would go to my friend's house, they'll be digging into each other's makeup bags, my concealer and whatnot. And I'm just there wearing lipstick because that's the only thing that I can put on. You get it? So a couple of years ago, I was on this journey to find the perfect foundation shade here in Bulawayo. And nothing, you know, all the shades too dark, nothing that could perfectly fit me. And the foundation that I was using, I got it from Fenty and it was like $60. Guys, ain't no way I can be buying a foundation for $60 every single 2 months. $60 for a foundation. And it, you know, I'm just young. I'm still trying to figure things out. I cannot be buying foundation for $60. So I feel like the whole makeup thing, it stemmed from a very young age. When I was 16, I knew that there was something missing in the industry. And growing up, and then after doing this series and actually figuring out, okay, there's no shades that are inclusive to every single person. I was like, okay, I can do this. And I actually did work with Dua by Rose at some point, and she was like a very good inspiration to me. And we had a conversation about starting a brand and how she did it and why she did it. And I was like, okay, if she can do it, then I can as well. So yeah, basically that's how Amor came to be. I saw a gap in the industry and I wanted to fill it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you've started this journey, right? In your mind, first in your mind, and now the process comes.
Yeah.
So you just don't wake up knowing how to do makeup. Like, how do I create a foundation?
Yeah.
And it's not like cooking or something. No. You know, technically it is cooking up something.
Yeah.
So take us through the process of now having to develop the thing.
Okay. So the whole idea came up in 2020 during lockdown. Initially, Amor was supposed to be a skincare line because I am very, very super specific about what I want my skin to look like. So when I spoke to a couple of people around me and they advised me, no, skincare is kind of flooded. The market is kind of flooded. This is what you can do. And it seems a little far-fetched because foundation, like makeup, people, you know, it's kind of crazy when you actually think about it. But I spoke to a couple of people and they advised me on what to do. I reached out to a couple of people here and there and they were like, okay, this is what you can do. So ended up working with a factory in China and, you know, went through sampling the shades, the formula. You know, it's a process. It took about 8 months, but now we have Amor.
Love. That's what it means, right?
Yeah, it does mean love.
That's nice. So how are we now as Instagram and TikTok influencers, as now a businesswoman marketing it? What's the trick behind you marketing your business now? Since let's say you're not making money out of monetization, but you'd like to make money out of advertising your business.
Yeah. So technically we haven't even launched the brand yet. So it's still like dipping its waters. It's going to be launching very, very soon. But a couple of people have actually purchased the foundation because I've mentioned it on my TikTok. Like, oh, this is what I have and this is what I'm doing. Like, oh, I want to try it and yada, yada. And, you know, it's very exciting. So there has to be a balance between content creation. Right now I haven't done a deep dive into the salesy part of being a content creator. Right now I'm just talking about my product. Like when I'm doing my get readies with me, I'm like, hey, and I use my foundation. And everyone's like, hey, do you have my shade? I'm like, yeah, I do.
I think that's the marketing without sounding salesy. Sales. I think that's the part of Uguti, you know, it seems like it's genuine, and because you don't, I feel like when you're not pushing it down our throats, people tend to not like that.
You have a brain. Le makeup
jealous stuff. So how dare she start a makeup?
Imagine.
So to kind of round it off, with the connection, show us the foundation.
Okay.
This I
no really.
How?
See, what do I
like to bother me at work?
So I got so this I kind of got it, like I just got a random shade. I thought this was going to match it perfectly.
Yeah, guys. You know, let's try content creation. Now I'm a content creator. Look at me getting things. And struggling to open. Oh yeah, definitely this one. Let's exchange.
There you go.
How am I opening it?
Just pop the lid open like.
So you pop it up. Oh, I was twisting it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, this is my favorite shade. This is the one that I use constantly every single day. Yeah.
I think I would need to use a shade corrector, but...
Okay, no, that's a little bit...
Yeah, it is dark, but you can use those corrector thingies that can try to...
Yeah.
As I also wait for my invitation of the launch.
Definitely, because, yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's do a fire... some questions, just 3 questions.
Okay, let's do it.
I want us to I want to ask you 5 questions based on your work, hunt.
Okay. Getting nervous.
Okay. What's a crazy content idea you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? Tell us.
Most videos that I want to try are including my husband, but he's like, he's the one that's always like, no, I'm not gonna do that,
Yeah, like what?
There's this trend that was there a couple of months ago, late last year, where you would swap clothes, like see how fast you swap clothes. My man is like, ain't no way I'm doing that. Ain't no way I'm not doing that. Yeah. So basically, those are like the content styles that I want to try. But yeah.
So a couple things.
Yeah.
Crazy couple things.
Crazy couple things.
All right. What's your dream location to shoot content? No budget limits.
My gosh, somewhere on an island, Bora Bora, just have a resort reach out to me like, oh, come show off our resort. That's the vibe.
Okay, if you had to survive 24 hours without social media, what would you do for fun?
This is going to be crazy to you because I am a social media person, but I am barely on social media.
You are?
I am barely on social media. I love reading books. I would spend the entire day reading. I would, there's more to life than social media. I'll be okay, I'm an old soul, I like to say.
Okay. Last one. If your followers could control your content for a day, what do you think they would make you do?
Knowing my followers probably make me do a shopping spree somewhere, do a 24-hour shopping, spending, that type of vibe,
And
just shop all day. I would enjoy that.
That would be your thing.
I would enjoy that big time.
Nancy, it was so lovely to have you today.
Oh my gosh,
I enjoyed talking to you and I learned so much, like the things that you were saying.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try them out.
Yeah.
I also want to put myself out there, but I have to find a niche, like you said.
I told you the niche that you don't have to find.
You don't find me.
Yes. Yeah.
As I wait for the niche.
As you do.
Guys, make sure you look out for Amor, Nancy's brand. Look out for it. How it went, all those things. And make sure you leave a like, a comment, leave some love for Nancy. Let's talk about the brand. I promise you'll interact.
Always.
We'll make sure she interacts. So follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. We're there on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere you can find us, SitesZW. So until next week, bye.
Bye.